Hello, people of the world, and welcome to Getting Over It with 100% sensitivity. This is gonna be physically impossible. Oh, God. So basically, I'm going to have to try and beat this in maybe a couple videos with 100% sensitivity. It's gonna be hard, and it's gonna suck. I'm gonna say there's no resets.
There's no feeling more intense than starting over. If you deleted your homework the day before it was due, as I have, or if you left your wallet at home and you have to go back after spending an hour in the commute. If you won some money at the casino and then put all your winnings on red but it came up black.
No, I'm recording
If you got your
a
best
video.
shirt dry cleaned before a wedding and then
I'm
immediately
recording
dropped
a video.
food.
I'm recording a video.
If you won an
Leave me
argument
alone.
with a friend
I'm
and then later
recording a video,
discovered
leave me alone.
that they just returned to their
I'm
original
recording a
view.
video. Leave me alone.
Starting over
recording a
is
video.
harder than starting
Yes.
up. If you're not ready
Yes,
for that,
I'm-
like if you've already had a bad day, then what you're about to go through
Yes.
might be too much. Feel free to go away and
I
come
have
back.
7 now.
I'll be here.
We have 7 subscribers. Let's go!
Alright, thanks for coming with me on this
And I
trip.
hope because of that.
I'll
my
understand if you have to take a break at any
inconvenience
point.
Doesn't go to
Just
zero.
find a safe place to stop,
I had this
quit the
map
game.
pretty well
Don't worry,
memorized, and I
I'll
know
save your
how to do
progress,
it,
always,
But with 100%
even your mistakes.
sensitivity, things happen that... Nope, don't
This
wanna-
game is a homage to a free game that came out in 2002, titled Sexy
Zoom.
Hiking.
Pro tactic.
The author of that game was Jazuo, a mysterious Czech designer who was known at the time as the father of B games. And B games are rough assemblages of found objects. Designers slap them together very quickly and
They
freely,
didn't fall out.
and they're often too rough and unfriendly to gain much of a following. They're
So as
built
you can
more
see,
for the joy
things
of
like
building
that
them
happen.
than as
You
polished
try to catch
products.
something and then you can go flying wherever you
In a certain way,
don't
Sexy
wanna
Hiking
go.
is the perfect embodiment of a B game. It's built almost entirely out of found and recycled parts, and it's one of the most unusual and unfriendly games of its time. In it, your task is simply to drag
Also-
yourself up a mountain with a hammer.
You know
That
what I
act of
hated most
climbing,
about
in the digital
PewDiePie
world or in real life,
and
has
other
certain essential
YouTubers
properties that give the game its
play
flavor.
through this game?
No amount of forward progress is guaranteed. Some cliffs are too sheer
They
or too
just
slippery,
turned off Bennett
and the player is
Foddy's
constantly,
stuff.
unremittingly in danger of falling and losing everything.
They just turned it off completely. He has
Anyway,
some
when you
pretty
start
interesting
Sexy
stuff to
Hiking,
say.
you're standing next to this dead tree that blocks the way to the entire rest of the game. It might take you an hour to get over that tree, and a lot of people never got past
He
it.
did that as well.
Prod and you poke at it, exploring the limits of your
Wonder how long
reach
it took
and your
to make this
strength,
game.
trying to find a way up and over.
Visuals are
And there's a sense of truth in that lack of compromise. Most obstacles in video game worlds are fake. You can be completely confident in your ability to get through them once you have the correct method or the correct equipment or just by spending enough time.
no.
In that sense, every pixelated
yeah.
obstacle in Sexy
Go back to my
Hiking is real.
old speedrunner days and try to just like
The obstacles in Sexy Hiking are unyielding, and that makes the game uniquely frustrating.
yes,
But I'm not sure Jazuo
Yes.
intended to make a frustrating
Yes.
game.
yes.
The frustration is just essential to the act of
Yes.
climbing,
Yeah,
and it's authentic to the process
Yes.
of building a game about climbing.
A
A funny thing happened to me as I was building this mountain.
Sucking over.
I'd have an
and over
idea
again.
for a new obstacle, and I'd build it, test it, and it would usually turn out to be unreasonably hard. But I couldn't bring myself to make it easier. It already felt like my inability to get past the new obstacle
With normal
was my fault, as a
sensitivity,
player rather than as a
Yeah,
builder.
but, like, a really far
Imaginary
hit.
mountains build themselves from our efforts to climb them,
I know.
and it's our repeated attempts to reach the summit that turns those mountains into
Right.
something real.
I think I might be able to.
When you're building a video game world, you're building with ideas. And that can be like working with quickset cement. You mold your ideas into a certain shape that can be played with. And in the process of playing with them, they begin to harden and set until they're immutable, like rock. And at that point, you
Probably
can't
gonna
change the
finish this
world.
faster than
Not without
some
breaking it into
people, but
pieces and
I
starting fresh with
definitely-
new ideas.
Well, it definitely won't be easy as having about 40% sensitivity, like I'm used to. Also, I wonder where Bennett came up with the idea for having a man in a cauldron. Because I remember I've seen like playthroughs of this sexy hiking thing, and there's no reference to any cauldrons. That's some lag. Wow. This is a very fun challenge. But I'm starting to hate it. No, I'm not starting to hate it. I really hate it. This is... feels like the old days when I was just like having my first round of this game. Should have... But I didn't even know how to make YouTube videos back then, so... Couldn't stream that. If you're thinking about just definitely get this game if you want. If you have like, I think it costs like $6 or something. If you have $6 lying around that you don't have any use for, just get it. It's fun. At least the mobile version is $6. But it's a fun thing to do in your free time when you're... I think like the day I beat it was for the first time. I basically just was like, for an entire day, I was just like grinding away at the game. I fell like 30 times. And I think it might feel like that again after with this new setup. Yep, this is I think this might be a little bit impossible. Just a teensy weensy bit physically impossible. Yeah. Let's see. So, any ideas? So does anyone ever really want me to change my intro from hello people and occasionally hello people of the world? Does anyone want me to change that? And also, let me know if you hate my monotone way of recording videos. Tell me if you think it's enjoyable, peaceful, or you hate it and you think it's annoying. Just let me know. Because I am very frustrated and I might start yelling at some point.
You've done this part before. You know it's possible. Just do what you did the first time.
Well, that's true, I have, but I think that might be a glitch at telling me that at this point in the game. Why? Why? Why do you hate me? Why do you have such hatred? Hatred, I tell you. Okay, you have to beat this, then I'll be done with the episode, and I'll be able to let my right pointer finger rest. because it's been doing a lot of twirling. The touch controls are tiring. Yes, yes, don't fall, don't fall. You're fine, you're fine. You're fine, you're fine.
For years now,
You're
people have been
fine.
predicting that games would soon be made out of prefabricated objects, bought in a store and assembled into a world.
Wow.
And for the most part, that hasn't
I
happened.
can't wait.
Because
I
the
just
objects
can't
in
wait
the
to
stores
do
are
the wall
trash.
on this part.
I don't mean they look bad or that they're badly made,
Horrible.
although a lot of them are.
But
I mean they're trash in the way that food becomes trash as soon as you put it in the sink.
get a wave going on.
Things are made to be consumed and used in a certain context. And once the moment is gone, they transform into garbage.
Incredibly sensitive.
In the context of technology, those moments pass by in seconds.
Hammer wave. Bye.